Hey skaters, this is my Ownboard W2 Pro electric skateboard review, and I have to say, it kind of shocked me. Ownboard falls into the same category as Meepo and Wowgo as being relatively affordable while still maintaining quality. But I really didn't expect to enjoy riding this e-board as much as I did. At the time of release, the Wowgo W2 Pro is US $699. Compared to its competitors, the Wowgo 3X and the Meepo NLS, it sits smack bang in the middle in terms of both price and performance. So I think it's priced quite well. But does it live up to its marketed specs? Let's jump straight into them now. The marketed range for the Ownboard W2 Pro is between 25 and 30 kilometers, which is 15 to 18 miles. I like that they give a range bracket because the max distance really does depend on the rider and the road conditions. Lighter riders on perfect roads can get up to the top end of the range, while heavier riders on less than ideal roads can expect something closer to the lower end of the bracket. For my range test, I'm a 90 kilogram rider. The roads were good quality, mainly flat aside from the hill climb test and the long incline at the end of the ride. And I rode it pretty hard, having done all of the acceleration, top speed, and hill climb tests throughout the ride. Given all of that, I got just under 25 kilometers or 15 miles, which I am super happy about. That's at the lower end of the bracket, so you should be able to make a good estimate of what you will get on this e-board. The marketed top speed for the Ownboard W2 Pro is 45 kilometers an hour or 28 miles per hour. However, the highest I was able to hit was 38.5 kilometers an hour, which is 24 miles per hour. And I had maxed out the throttle. Lighter riders may possibly be able to get a higher top speed, but I don't think it'll be by much. For most e-skaters, this is going to be enough speed. It's pretty damn fast. I spend the majority of my riding time at a cruising pace between 25 to 30 kilometers and only send it when I want a bit of a rush. Here's the acceleration power for each speed mode side by side. If you're bracing yourself for takeoff, you'd be hard pressed to get thrown off. All of the modes are very smooth without any jerking or jolting, but still get you up to top speed pretty quick. Here is the braking power for each speed mode side by side. I slammed the brakes on when the board was at or pretty close to its top speed for the respective mode, so in the higher modes I am braking from a faster speed. The brakes are gentle and smooth, and while I think they could be a bit stronger, they're good enough. Just make sure you ride at an appropriate speed for the environment that you're in so that you can always come to a stop safely without hurting anyone. The Ownboard W2 Pro completely smashed the hill climb test. This is the hill climb segment from my ride, and you can see that the average grade was 8% with the steepest slope being 12%. I was averaging a speed of about 24.5 kilometers an hour and maxing it out at 28 kilometers an hour, which is really pumping it up those hills. I'm really impressed by the hill climbing ability of the W2 Pro. At the beginning of the video, I said that the Ownboard W2 Pro shocked me. That's not because of the performance specs, but more to do with the overall ride experience. My initial ride was with the setup as it comes out of the box, and the trucks were really loose. And combined with the flexi deck, it made for a really unstable and dangerous ride. Any crack in the road that forced the trucks to turn had me overcorrecting because I wasn't able to feel how the trucks were responding due to the flexible deck. So I jumped off and tightened up the trucks, and this made a huge difference. The ride from then on was amazing. The flex helped to absorb some of the bumps while the trucks remained straight. Of course, every rider is going to have a different preference for truck tightness, so make sure you play around and find out what works for you. The carving was more of a slow glide rather than hard and fast. This actually felt quite awesome for someone who doesn't carve that hard anyway. It's great for beginner and intermediate riders to learn how to carve in a controlled manner. A lot of the slow carve was due to the tight trucks I was running, but part of it was because of the large cloud wheels. Cruising and riding at high speeds, I felt very stable and I didn't get any speed wobbles. The Titan trucks helped a lot with this too, because at the beginning of the ride, before I tightened them up, I was nowhere near confident to ride at high speeds. It has a 38-inch bamboo and fiberglass deck with a very slight concave. The bamboo is what gives the W2 Pro its flexibility, while the fiberglass strengthens it, preventing you from snapping the deck. You do have the option to buy the deck with or without the deck handle. This is personal preference really. The handle is nice to have when you're carrying it because it is always awkward trying to move these electric skateboards around. However, some claim that the cutout can affect the integrity of the deck's strength. May be valid if you're standing right over the top of the handle and you go over a bump, but I've never ridden hard enough to snap a deck. The stock wheels are 105mm cloud wheels. They are great for commuting as they absorb a lot of the vibrations and bumps in the road. You can get the cloud wheels in orange or black, and if you're handy, you can easily swap the cloud wheels out for other types of wheels to get a completely different ride feel. The trucks aren't mentioned on their website, but they're just a standard set of skate trucks that we've seen being used on many e-boards in the past. For the electronics, you've got a 12S 2P 8 amp hour battery pack with 21700 cells, dual 750 watt 160 kilovolt belt drive motors, and a customized Hobbywing ESC. The remote is fantastic. It's nice and big with a decent screen size to see all the important riding info, including the current speed, battery levels, riding mode, and odometer. There are 3 power modes, reverse and cruise control, and I want to point out a crucial safety feature of this remote that I love. You can't change speed modes while you're accelerating. However, you can still if you're rolling. This is good because my fingers come awfully close to that mode button, and I would not want to suddenly bump up a speed mode without being ready for it. It sounds trivial, but you would be surprised by the number of boards I have ridden where you can accidentally change the speed mode while accelerating. Some remotes even allow you to change riding direction. The enclosure is made of an aluminium alloy, so it's strong and allows for maximum heat dissipation. Plus, it is lined with a rubber gasket to increase the waterproofing rating to IP55. Overall, the Ownboard W2 Pro is a great electric skateboard for beginner and intermediate e-skaters. Perfect for commuting and cruising around town. It's not the fastest board available in this price range, but the range capability definitely makes up for that. I love the comfort of this flexi deck, and the smooth carving feels awesome. That's my Ownboard W2 Pro electric skateboard review. I hope I've helped make your search for the best electric skateboard a little bit easier. If I have, please slam that like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date with the latest and best electric skateboard reviews and news. If you have any questions about anything that I didn't cover in this review, please drop them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to get you the answer. Thanks for watching. As always, ride safe out there, e-skaters, and I'll see you soon.